From ghosts spotted on trains, to creatures lurking under graves, and glowing eyes in the woods. These are just some of the things we will be looking at today, so stick to the end. On March 10th, 2025, a video was uploaded on Reddit by a user named KeyProposal8529, who was returning to his house when he noticed something weird in the woods nearby. Since it was really dark, he could not make out what it was, but he managed to catch a glimpse of it on his camera. This is what the video showed. What looked like a figure was standing right in the middle of the woods. However, according to the uploader, the spot where the figure stood had a ditch right below it, meaning it would have to be very tall to be visible from that height. The guy ran to his house as soon as he got a chance, not even checking back again. People in the comments speculated that it could be an owl or something else, but no one was ever sure. A man in Japan was traveling on a train when he noticed two passengers having a bit of an argument along the way. So, like most people these days, he started recording. However, what he didn't notice until later was that it wasn't just the argument he was capturing on camera. What appeared to be luggage in the upper compartment soon had a face staring into the camera for a while before disappearing again. While most people in the comments claimed not to sense any negative energy from whatever was in the train, others found it hard to believe what they were seeing. On June 22nd, 2024, a user on TikTok uploaded a video showing his experience with the Randonautica app, which has successfully terrified hundreds of people in the past. So, Randonautica was created to give its users random locations, and 9 out of 10 times, they end up seeing something creepy. The same thing happened to this man, who was taken somewhere in McAllen, Texas.
The road area, maybe we'll see them. Oh shit, what the fuck?
Oh, there's someone running?
No.
Fuck you, Lori, am I fucking on the Ford?
What is that though? What is that? Why is someone running?
No, lower it down, lower it down.
You're dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna lower my fucking window.
You can see.
The app first led them into an empty field, and as they followed the pin location to a dead end, they saw someone running around in pitch darkness. Excited and scared, they backed away as soon as they could, not knowing what they had just experienced. And it gets even creepier when we slow it down and zoom in, because whoever that was had glowing eyes and then disappeared mid-air like it was never there. Even though this wasn't the first time these guys had used the app, another time, just a month later, they were taken to another weird place. It was an abandoned spot, with things left behind as if people had been forced out of the area. The app and its ways remain mysterious, and people just keep finding weird, disturbing things without any explanation. A guy named Ibrahim on Instagram is known for visiting terrifying locations somewhere in the Middle East. While most of his videos are just normal, one gained a lot of attention and terrified thousands of people who watched it online. What appeared to be a reopened grave had two men sitting on the edges, and beneath the stone was a hand desperately clutching onto it, as if the creature was trying to get out. Who or what the creature was, no one knew, as Ibrahim never gave any updates on this particular situation. This next video comes from a Mexican TikToker named Jesus Gamboa. He worked as a trucker for an undisclosed company, and this video showed him walking around his truck. At first, it seemed like nothing wrong could possibly happen here, but that couldn't be further from the truth. This is what happened when he slowly walked around the perimeter of the truck. If you look carefully enough, you should be able to make out what appeared to be some sort of strange entity creepily lurking behind the wheel of his truck. It peeked out twice before he, terrified, ended the clip. Sadly, there isn't any context provided with the video, and there haven't been any updates posted, so we will unfortunately likely never know what else happened after this. In December 2024, a man started posting videos on YouTube where he claimed his house was haunted. Therefore, he decided to film it all. In the very first video he posted, he was seen playing around with his dogs and just goofing around. He then heads off toward his room to get them each a treat, but this is where things take a seriously bizarre turn.
Sit. Good girls. Pow. Pow. Whatever. Let me get you a treat. Alright, wait. There it is.
One of the drawers in the bedroom began to open all by itself, much to his understandable confusion. Another video posted to his channel shows something very similar happening. Take a look. The man can be seen walking up the staircase when, out of nowhere, the door behind him closes. It also doesn't seem like there would be a window nearby that could have caused this to happen. A third video, posted on January 21st, 2025, showed him working from home. He said he was hearing things inside the house and decided to set up his camera to see if he could capture any of these noises on film. What happened was quite shocking.
Hello?
Not just doors were opening and closing on their own, things were falling here and there as well. With the last video posted on March 11th, 2025, the same things kept happening, and the man just said that all this started when he moved into the apartment. So what do you guys make of these three videos? Do you think this man really lives in a haunted house? This next video is a pretty mysterious one with no context given. The video in question was uploaded all the way back in May of 2008 by a Russian YouTuber who was seemingly awoken in the middle of the night and decided to pull out a video camera to start recording. The video showed him making his way throughout his house, all while he breathed heavily, clearly frightened by something. Let's take a look at the footage and see what happened. As the man walked around his house, the lights inside could be seen flickering on and off. He then walked into a room, and it was there where an object began to move all by itself, on a desk, before a pile of objects crashed to the floor behind him. The man can then be heard panicking, before the video abruptly ends, leaving us all to wonder what exactly happened next. Sadly, no updates were ever posted to the man's channel, but it is worth mentioning that he still posts videos, with one even being uploaded just last year, so he's clearly okay. Uploaded on May 27th, 2022 in South Carolina, this video has been making rounds on the internet lately. According to the man who uploaded it, he was going out to the lake at 11 at night, and as soon as he stepped out of the house, he heard something weird.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me.
It sounded like two huge animals fighting, but nothing could be seen. So he walked around to his back patio and shined his bright flashlight into the trees. And this is where it gets creepier.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was.
One after another, branches could be seen breaking and falling to the ground. And these weren't little branches. Those were quite big. And breaking them like that without any equipment was not humanly possible. So the guy knew it was an unusual being doing all this. And surprisingly, the worst was yet to come.
Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Something, oh my God, oh my God.
Half of the tree just broke down, as if someone or something was tearing it in half. According to the man, as soon as he stopped recording, trying to just get out of the area, the whole tree, which was easily 10 to 12 inches in diameter, fell to the ground. Now, as per the uploader, it was definitely Bigfoot, but who knows what other dark secrets these woods are hiding in the dark. In 2021, a group of friends ventured into the darkness for fun, trying to look for ghosts or anything creepy. But what none of them had expected was that they would actually see what they were looking for. As soon as they got to the deeper parts of the woods, this is what they recorded.
Look at it. He's looking at us. Whoop! It's right there.
Yeah.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's not a deer. What the devil is that?
At first, they mistook the creature for a deer, but soon enough, they realized it wasn't a simple deer. It was way creepier than that.
I see you. Those eyes are wide too. Oh fuck. Alright, let's go.
As soon as the creature started getting closer, they knew it was time to get out, and that's exactly what they did. For many, it was a mountain lion, but others took it for a skinwalker or something else. Nonetheless, the video seems quite disturbing, and so is the experience of witnessing such a thing firsthand. Back in 2018, a woman named Maddie, who kept hearing bizarre animalistic noises from her window, decided to check once and for all what was behind it, or what animal was lurking in her neighborhood. However, what she saw wasn't what she was expecting. Filming as soon as she got out of the house and spun the camera towards the roof, this is what she saw.
Hearing the craziest noises. Listen.
Two glowing eyes could be seen right in front of her on the roof, but then it started moving, and it became clear that it was a whole black creature right on the roof. This, however, made the woman want to go out, but as soon as she reached the door, her dog could be heard in the background. It was almost as if the dog could sense something unusual, but the weirdest part was that when the woman went out to check, she couldn't find anything. But in case you didn't notice, there was a hand right on the wall which disappeared right after she moved the camera towards it. According to the woman, she was pretty creeped out, not knowing if it was a human or something else, and she could not really see anyone after that. Up next is a video uploaded on March 11, 2025, which shows a little girl recording herself on a camera while playing with her doll. She was just showing her toys to the camera when she noticed something weird happening in the background. This is what happened.
Ositos. Tengo esta tacita, rosita, y esta tacita, como sí. Huevo, ¿sí?
At first, she seemed to notice that the doll was moving on its own, which startled her a bit, but thinking it was just her imagination, she continued playing until the doll moved again. This time, it scared the little girl so much that she ran away immediately, calling for her mother. The doll, however, remained motionless for the rest of the video. On February 21st, 2025, a picture was uploaded on X by Nature is Brutal. The image features the skeleton of a caribou that appears to have passed away years ago. Nothing remains of it but old, rusted bones. But that's not all, as the story is far more disturbing than it seems. The caribou looked like it had fallen and gotten stuck, and while struggling for its life, it passed away. After seeing the image, people couldn't help but feel sorry for the animal. Poor animal was probably anxious and frightened trying to get out. Not a good way to go. Uploaded on March 13th, 2025, a video shows a man who was apparently working alone in a pool when he felt as if someone was watching him. As he got his camera out to see if he could capture it on record, he saw this. A face appeared from behind one of the walls, looking straight at him. As he kept recording, the man disappeared, only to come back again. Was it a stalker or something else? It remains unknown, since there have been no updates so far. There's a YouTube channel with a bizarre name, Asleep and Awake, and on this channel, there's only one video. It was uploaded on September 19th, 2014, and it's only 10 seconds long. But trust me, those 10 seconds are enough to creep you out. The video shows a girl who looks off. She seems distressed, but that's not even the weird part. Throughout the video, random numbers and letters flash on the screen for just milliseconds. And when people dug into what they meant, things got even stranger. These numbers turned out to be hexadecimal codes. Basically, when you decode them, they form a smiley face and a cryptic message, "You have been broken before." And it gets worse. More codes in binary reveal another eerie message. "We have already used you," and "Smile more. It's inevitable." But the weirdness doesn't stop there. The title of the video, the numbers mean just one word, "See," and the description, even creepier. "She is fine in very capable hands. Be a dear and show her this when she wakes up. We appreciate the help." A lot of people believe this could be connected to a now inactive ARG, or alternate reality game, called Awake. This ARG ran from 2015 to 2016 and had similar cryptic messages. So some think this video might be part of that same universe. The messages in the video suggest control, manipulation, or even past trauma. Either way, this is one of the creepiest, most cryptic videos on YouTube. A Reddit user known as Mandrew338 posted a truly fascinating video on the popular UFO subreddit that has certainly gotten a lot of people talking over the past few months. For context, here's how the story goes. At approximately 4:05 a.m. on January 1st, 2025, a helicopter crew flying northeast from Yuma to downtown Phoenix observed two unidentified aircraft moving northward. The pilot, an experienced former U.S. Army Black Hawk pilot, noted that neither aircraft was visible on their passive radar system that typically detects other aircraft in real time. The aircraft had no visible navigation lights, which was unusual given their direction and the crew's ability to see such lights using night vision goggles and ODS. One aircraft ascended and disappeared, while the other descended and moved away before vanishing shortly after. More unidentified objects appeared, prompting the crew to begin filming. The sighting occurred near restricted military airspace and a nuclear facility, adding to the mystery. While open to rational explanations, the crew remained perplexed by the event, as it differed significantly from anything they had previously encountered.
This video was posted by an individual on Facebook who claimed that his friend filmed two creatures resembling Bigfoots in Yellowstone. The video depicts a vast field, and in the distance, there are two black figures in motion. These figures appear to be similar to apes or gorillas crossing the field. However, even from this long distance, their gait and posture appear human-like, and they have substantial sizes. While gorillas can also grow to large sizes, they don't typically reach the same height as these creatures. Additionally, these two beings' full bodies seem to be covered in thick black fur. The identity of these creatures remains uncertain, and whether they are truly Bigfoots or another type of wildlife is a subject of debate. Encountering something unexplained is frightening in itself, but being stalked by an inexplicable entity takes fear to a whole new level. This video was captured by a trail camera, and initially, it appears to show a swamp scene, with a deer passing in front of the camera. Nothing unusual, right? However, if you zoom in on the top right corner of the video, you'll notice something lurking behind the trees. As the deer moves past, this mysterious figure also shifts from its hiding spot. It seems like this stalking creature may have been lying in wait for the deer, or was attempting to be stealthy in its pursuit. From the video, the creature appears quite large in size and has a robust body frame. To some, it might resemble a Bigfoot, lurking and possibly hunting for its next meal. Security cameras are typically installed in homes to provide a sense of security and safety, reassuring us that we are protected. However, there are times when these cameras capture something that makes us feel quite the opposite, unsettled and unsafe. This picture was shared on Reddit's Creepy Captures subreddit by a user who recounted a strange incident. The user explained that it was midnight when their door security alarm went off. Naturally, they went to check who might be at the door, but to their surprise, there was no one there. Intrigued and concerned, they decided to review the camera footage, and that's when they came across this eerie figure. The figure in the image looks as though it's right out of a horror movie. It has a Slender Man-like face and an overall creepy appearance. Moreover, it seems to be holding something in its hand, adding to the mystery and unease surrounding it. Whatever this bizarre creature may be, one can only hope it never pays them a visit in person. Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? A man was peacefully sleeping when suddenly his ducks outside started making a ruckus as if they were under attack by some predator. In a hurry, he rushed outside with his camera, hoping to capture whatever was disturbing them. As he pointed his camera towards their shelter, everything seemed normal at first. However, if we rewind the video and slow it down, we can spot an eerie sight. A pair of eerie, lifeless glowing eyes lurking near the duck's house. These mysterious eyes quickly darted out of view when the camera turned their way. In the moment, the man recording the video didn't notice the unsettling eyes, but when he later reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In this video, filmed by an individual in a forested swamp area, we observe a man seemingly searching for something, relaxed yet focused. The person filming captures both the man and the surroundings, creating a sense of the environment. The tranquility is abruptly disrupted when a chilling sight emerges from behind a rock in the swamp. A creepy, somewhat translucent figure reminiscent of a ghost from horror movies. This unexpected appearance shocks both the man and the person filming, prompting them to flee in fear. The sudden appearance of this ghost-like figure in such a setting is unnerving. I watched this video for quite some time now, and I can't say exactly what that was. Was it simply a trick of light and shadow, or something more supernatural? In this video, a man is filming his friend, who is attempting to start a car stuck in the snow on a mountain road within a forest in Romania. The atmosphere is one of determination as they work to free the vehicle from its snowy trap. However, the situation takes a sudden turn when the driver notices something unusual. As the cameraman zooms in on the area the driver is looking at, a startling image comes into view. There stands a large, hairy creature with brown hair, walking upright on two legs. Its appearance strikingly resembles that of Bigfoot, a creature of folklore and legend. But I'm at odds with this video. Is Bigfoot also present in Eastern Europe? I always thought it to be present mainly in North America. What do you think? In this tense video, the scene unfolds from inside a trailer house, where a creature outside growls menacingly, shaking the entire structure in what appears to be an attack. The intensity of the situation is palpable, as the trailer residents experience fear and uncertainty. Once the commotion subsides, one of the occupants bravely steps outside to investigate. They film the aftermath, showing the torn net of the door and capturing a pair of glowing eyes lurking behind the bushes. Adding to the mystery, the person discovers a large clump of hair nearby. The individual recounts seeing a large, hairy creature walking on 2 feet, leading him to speculate that it could be Bigfoot. The video leaves a lingering sense of unease. The idea of a possible Bigfoot lurking in the vicinity is both fascinating and unsettling. Was the Bigfoot trying to communicate with this person, or was it on the hunt? In this eerie video, we are given a first-person view inside a house at night. the person filming initially walks down the hallway before entering a room where a chilling sight awaits. In the back of the room, there is a humanoid figure seated on the floor, appearing to be crying. The figure has a ghostly, translucent quality, making it difficult to discern its features clearly. Startled by this haunting image, the man filming quickly exits the room, shutting the door behind him. However, driven by curiosity or concern, he soon returns for another look. This time, he finds the figure standing in the middle of the room, revealing itself to be what looks like the ghost of a young girl. The man reacts with fear once again, hastily leaving the room, closing the door and ending the video. Was that one of the best ghost encounters, or was it all a setup? What do you think? In this video, captured from the deck of a cruise ship, viewers are treated to a peculiar and somewhat eerie sight in the middle of the ocean. The person filming focuses on what appears to be an enormous rock formation emerging from the water, bearing a striking resemblance to ancient water dinosaurs. As the waves crash against this formidable structure, it creates an intimidating and awe-inspiring spectacle. The question arises as to how a ship could be sailing too close to such a massive rock without any form of impact if it is indeed a rock. Others speculated that this was the site of one of the gigantic creatures hiding in the depths of the ocean, surfacing next to this ship. The video leaves me with an unsettling feeling. I can't imagine what the people there might have felt. I, for one, have a deep fear of the oceans, so seeing that just makes me shiver. In this video, a man films a unique and puzzling discovery he made on a beach in Texas. Resting in the palm of his hand is a blob-like creature, unlike anything typically seen. The texture and movement of the creature add to its intriguing nature. It seems to almost pulsate or wiggle in his hand, captivating the man's attention and likely that of the viewers as well. Does anyone know what we are dealing with here? In this video, a woman is recording her husband and adolescent son playing with a ball outside, capturing a simple family moment. However, the leisurely atmosphere shifts when the son notices something unusual at the window of a nearby building. Reacting to her son's observation, the woman quickly directs her camera toward the window. There, she captures a fleeting image of a man watching them. Intriguingly, the figure in the window seems transparent, almost ghost-like. As soon as the figure realizes it's being watched, it disappears from view. The family's curiosity is piqued, leading them to investigate the building. To their surprise, they find it completely empty, with no trace of the mysterious onlooker. Was this the sight of someone who lost their life inside that house? And why was it watching from the window? What do you think? Encounters with bears get more and more terrifying as we dive deep into that part of the internet. Take this clip for instance. This grandma was dozing off sitting in the sunlight on her porch when a bear came to investigate what was happening. Surprisingly, it wasn't until the bear was so close that it was literally sniffing the woman that she realized what was happening. Panicking, she got up and ran, while the bear, not getting a hold of what suddenly happened to the woman, ran too. As I said before, bear encounters are increasing, so stay safe out there, folks. Let us set the scene. A group of friends venture off on a camping expedition. Setting up camp in the middle of nowhere, the site is surrounded by a large forest and is extremely isolated. What started off as a fun night away turns into something way more sinister when a series of blood-curdling screams begin to pierce the still night air.
We're like or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No.
The screams are chilling to hear. It is as if someone is in great pain or is being attacked. The men venture out with their flashlights to investigate the source of the commotion, but there is nothing there or visible to them to explain the origin of the sound. You'll want your headphones for this. As the men investigate further, it is evident. They have set up targets for practice, one of which is missing. The nightmarish screams continue, and it is unclear where they are emanating from.
On the ground.
They notice that one of the bottles that was hung for target practice is now lying on the floor and has been replaced by something else hanging from a rope. It is a crudely made corn husk doll. Usually, the dolls were simply childhood playthings, but in this context, hanging from a rope, it seems way more disturbing. A symbol of the harvest, the corn husk doll is also used to ward off evil. Is it possible that it is related to the screaming coming from the forest? Whatever is out there sounds as if it is enduring an unimaginable horror. Even though the men are armed with rifles, they don't stick around to find out what that horror is.
Oh, no.
If you've ever been in a house that is creepy after dark, and you are alone, you will understand what this young woman is going through. After a move to Ohio, she begins experiencing what can only be described as a kind of haunting or visitation by an unknown and deeply disturbing entity.
Puzzle I'm working on. Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this. Mom, I gotta go.
There are a few interesting things about what we've just watched. There is a general sense of unease emanating from the young woman before we even hear the loud thump. She keeps glancing in the direction of somewhere off camera, and she almost swallows her word when showing off her puzzle. She seems nervous right off the bat and is trying hard to keep upbeat for her mother. The next video provides clear evidence that while she might think she's alone in the house, she's not.
There's the oven. It's kind of whack, but I put the nice towel that you sent me. Thank you.
As we just saw, she resumes the conversation, trying to keep a facade that everything is okay. She has moved to another room, perhaps somewhere she feels safer. The old oven seems to suggest that the house is slightly older, which adds to the creepiness of what follows. The story escalated quickly, as does the young woman's composure. She is no longer trying to put on a brave face. She is distraught as the house is bathed in darkness. Terrified, she lets on that it's back, which suggests that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
I think it's back.
The terrifying climax appears at the end, with a shadowy figure only made visible by two glowing eyes. The story ends with the return of a thumping sound, which we now know is whatever that entity is, knocking on the front door. She pleads with it to no avail as it continues to stand and stare at her like a psychopath. Whether truth or fiction, it makes for a frightening scenario. Recorded somewhere in Russia, this 15 seconds long video gave the world another concrete evidence of the existence of the creatures known as Bigfoots. The man who recorded it all said it was the most terrifying experience of his whole life. He was on his way to collect some wood logs when he started hearing heavy footsteps nearby. Scared, he hid behind the tree waiting to see what it was, and this is what he recorded. A gigantic creature walking not so far from the man in the woods. Unlike the previous clip, this creature had rather brownish hair on its body, or it could be due to the trees which it was behind. The creature had a man-like appearance and walk, but was too huge to be one, making us all think it was a Bigfoot. It wouldn't be possible for an average human to look this gigantic. Could this be a costume made this way? Or is this the real deal? What do you think? This picture was captured in June 2021 and features an octopus with a lot more legs than one would expect. After all, the name octopus comes from octo, meaning 8, titled as the mutant octopus. The photograph went viral over the internet, where everyone had their own theories as to what could have exactly happened to this octopus. For some, it was due to humans dumping toxic wastes into the water that has caused this animal a mutation and ruined its life. And for others, it was a result of a random mutation. However, with no response from the experts, nothing could be said for sure. But I do have to wonder, deep in the dark oceans, are there any gigantic creatures with so many tentacles? Known as the night crawlers, or also the cryptids, creatures of Mexican folklore, have gained so much popularity online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. And this clip records not just one, but 2 of these descending down a hill. Fortunately, captured by a camera mounted nearby in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. When uploaded on the internet, this clip had everyone in shock and wondering if the night crawlers were actually real. This video is what sparked the rise of speculation over the cryptid, inspiring many people on YouTube to discuss legend. To some, the video looked real, and to others, it looked edited and altered for the sole purpose of pranking others. To me, the video looks like an edited one, but if you consider it being so old, editing of the clips was not as efficient as it is now, so that would mean there is a little chance of it being real too. These 3 friends were on their way in the middle of the night when they spotted someone walking by the roadside. As they drove past him, it took them seconds to realize it wasn't a real man. According to one of the friends, it could be a hitchhiker, but the way it walked and the way his head was not so symmetrical, and his appearance, they could tell it was not a normal person. Plus, what would someone be doing in the middle of the night, right? He wasn't even signaling them to stop. He just kept walking the creepiest way possible. Moreover, take a look at his legs. They look all twisted, but he does not indicate to struggle walking. So to have another look, they turned the car around and went towards the same route to see who he was, but to their surprise, there was no sign of a human being there at all, leaving them scared and shocked by what they had just witnessed. According to many people, it could be a shapeshifter in the form of a hitchhiker looking for people who stop to give a lift and become his victims. And I cannot agree more. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera inside a moving bus, we witness an unusual and startling incident. Suddenly, a deer smashes through one of the bus windows and leaps inside, creating a moment of shock and confusion for everyone on board. The deer, clearly panicked and disoriented, frantically looks for a way out. The bus driver, quickly assessing the situation, acts sensibly. He brings the bus to a stop and opens the doors, providing the frightened deer with an escape route. Thanks to the driver's prompt and calm response, the deer is able to leave the bus and presumably return to its natural habitat. This video, taken from a surveillance camera during the night in an abandoned house, captures a peculiar and eerie sight. Peering out from behind the piece of furniture, we see a strange creature, unlike any familiar animal. It has a small head, large ears that are pointed to the sides, and 2 small glowing eyes. The only other visible part of the creature is a portion of its long, slim neck. The creature's appearance is unsettling due to its unfamiliarity, the way it cautiously observes its surroundings, only partially revealing itself, adds to the mysterious and somewhat chilling atmosphere of the footage. The video leaves me with more questions than answers. In this video, two men are filming a documentary inside Michael Jackson's house. As they explore and record the various rooms and hallways, they encounter a mysterious and chilling moment in one of the hallways. The camera captures a strange, translucent figure moving across the room. Its ghostly appearance and the way it seamlessly glides through the space are both intriguing and unsettling. The figure's ethereal quality immediately sparks speculation. Could this possibly be the ghost of Michael Jackson himself? This fleeting glimpse of the translucent figure in the legendary pop star's home leaves a lasting impression. The possibility of it being Michael Jackson's ghost adds an element of intrigue and a slightly eerie feel to the video. In this underwater video, viewers are introduced to a remarkable and unusual sea creature. At first glance, it appears similar to a squid, but upon closer observation, it's evident that this creature is quite different. It possesses two hand-like appendages, which it skillfully uses to navigate through the water. The creature is predominantly white, adding to its unique and somewhat otherworldly appearance. The way it moves, utilizing its hand-like structures, is both fascinating and unlike typical marine animal behavior observed in more familiar species. Anyone know what this creature is? In this video, filmed by a man in a forest, we witness a startling encounter. The man, sensing something unusual in the surroundings, records his exploration. Amidst the frantic movement of the camera, a truly unnerving moment occurs. As the lens passes over a pit, it briefly captures a bizarre humanoid creature. What stands out are its glowing eyes, intensely fixed on the camera. The sudden appearance of this creature in such a remote and natural setting is both eerie and captivating. The glowing eyes in the dimly lit forest create a chilling image that is hard to shake off. Understandably, the man filming is terrified by this unexpected sighting and makes a quick decision to flee the scene. The video leaves me with an unsettled feeling, a mix of curiosity and apprehension. This video was captured on a GoPro camera mounted on a four-wheeler as it traveled along a trail. In the footage, we can see the four-wheeler racing along the path before suddenly coming to a halt. The rider stops because they notice a dark, massive figure crossing the trail at some distance ahead. This strange figure, even at that considerable distance, appears quite huge. It is covered in thick black fur and exhibits a walking posture that resembles that of a human. While some might speculate that it could be an ape or gorilla, such creatures typically do not inhabit this type of environment. Therefore, the most plausible possibility is that this figure could indeed be the legendary Bigfoot. Imagine capturing what appears to be a bat, only to discover it might be something supernatural. In this account, a person attempted to capture a bat in their room. The bat would frequently emerge and disturb the owner of the home tonight. They decided they had enough. Wanting to relocate it, the individual decided to capture the bat using a blanket. Little did they know, an unexpected turn of events awaited. When the blanket covered the bat on the ground, a human-like shape emerged, prompting the man to hastily exit the room. The shape resembled the head of a guy under the blanket, but we clearly saw that the bat was there. Maybe there is some credence to the stories of Dracula? Recorded by a security camera in 2021, this clip recorded a family coming back from somewhere and going inside their house after locking the gate and everything. As they are inside, moments pass and we see a big bear and a small one taking a stroll on the same path and going down the hill just from where the family came. Everything appears to be normal until now, with no sign of any kind of chaos or anything. But after a few minutes, the woman comes out of the house with a bag in her hand and goes down the hill where the bears just went to. And as expected, she comes running back towards the house and somehow manages to lock the door and get inside the house safely, just as the bears are about to reach her. Thankfully, this did not end up as a tragedy, but a close call only. On the afternoon of 3 July 2019, a violent explosive event affected the entire crater terrace of Stromboli volcano in southern Italy, generating 2 pyroclastic flows that advanced across the sea beyond the coastline. The clip was recorded by a woman on a boat and then later uploaded on the internet. It has gained about 12 million views till today and continues to shock people by the massive impact the eruption had and the exact moment how it started. However, one more thing people on YouTube could not help but admire was the excellent job of staying calm and steadily recording by the woman. Timing was incredible. I'm sure volcanologists across the globe will want a copy for history for study. Recorded in 2014 in a mortuary, this clip terrified anyone and everyone who saw it. As soon as it was uploaded on YouTube, it gained thousands of views, scaring everyone to the core. And I don't blame them. Even to me, it looks quite scary. With the dead body of a person left behind, it can be very clearly seen how his soul left his body. While to some people, it was just an edited video, and there was nothing real about it. To others, it was the ultimate proof of the existence of the soul and the afterlife. A wildlife enthusiast in Vancouver, in British Columbia, decided to set up a trail camera to investigate a deer carcass to see if it would attract any animals at nighttime, just yards from her house, only to find this terrifying picture. The wildlife cam reveals 2 scantily clad women squatting beside the carcass. Their faces are covered with long black hair. What's really horrifying is one of the women seems to be reaching for the carcass with long webbed fingers. These pictures have caused a wave of speculation, and even some have suggested that it could be witches, or even worse, walking demons. Were they feasting on the carcass? The picture becomes more sinister when we spot a man's boot next to one of the women. Although the man's upper body can't be seen, it is weird that he is there. What could be his association with the 2 uncanny women? Could it be that the women were being forced to do this by that man? Or could the man be one of them and also wouldn't mind taking a bite? When I saw the boots of the man surrounded by these crazy women, I could only think of the ritualistic cult of Charles Manson. Is this something similar in our days? A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? The video quality may be a bit low, but it captures a truly unsettling moment. It starts with the cameraman recording the underside of his vehicle, prompted by strange noises from the parking lot. While inspecting the car, he unintentionally captures a small creature darting across the frame, leaving the recorder visibly startled. Upon regaining composure, the man records another glimpse of the creature attempting to hide beneath a distant white car. The atmosphere becomes tense, and the man, now genuinely frightened, decides to make a swift exit. The video concludes abruptly. Upon freezing the frame when the creature is visible, its humanoid appearance is evident, yet its head shape appears somewhat alien. Notably, the creature's body is entirely devoid of hair. Whatever this entity is, I hope that it doesn't choose to take refuge under their car at night. Dogs are known for sensing things that the human mind may not comprehend or see with our eyes. This video is captured by a home security camera, and in it we see a vigilant dog standing on the balcony, gazing suspiciously out into the yard. After a while, the dog starts barking, clearly spooked by something. Suddenly, a strange set of disembodied legs swiftly runs across the background. Witnessing this, the dog seems surprised and scared by the sight and decides to go back inside. Upon closer inspection, the shadowy figure of the legs appears to be small and moves quite swiftly. It also seems to leave a dark, smoky trail behind as it moves. This video is from Nepal and shows a very unusual creature grabbing onto a goat. In the video, we can see the goat owners holding sticks and appearing to be searching for something or someone. The goats seem distressed and frightened, trying to escape from some unseen threat. Then, we witness the source of the goats' terror, a strange creature latched onto the goat's downside. At first glance, it may resemble a chimpanzee, perhaps seeking milk. But upon closer examination of its face, it becomes clear that it doesn't resemble a chimpanzee from any angle. Identifying what this strange creature might be is a challenge. Its intentions toward the goats are uncertain and remain a mystery. This strange and unsettling video was shared by a TikTok user who claimed to have captured a witch in their village. In the video, there is a peculiar humanoid figure perched on top of a house. This creature appears to be thin and is without any fur or clothing. As the local residents gather around, this eerie being seems to focus its gaze on them. You can observe an unsettling, otherworldly look in its eyes as it stares blankly at the camera. This creature also appears to be quite large and is hunched over on the roof, while there's a possibility that it could be a person who is intoxicated and suffering from addiction. Hospitals are places meant for our well-being, but occasionally they become the backdrop for eerie and inexplicable encounters. This video depicts one such instance. In the video, a patient is peacefully sleeping in his bed. Suddenly, something unusual happens. He awakens in a state of panic. The man flips around, struggling as if someone or something is on top of him, pressing him down into the bed. He fights for his life and manages to barely free himself from this ghostly presence. Following the encounter, a nurse enters the room, surprised by the patient's sudden distress. There could be several possible explanations for this incident, ranging from a medical episode like epilepsy to a ghostly encounter. Regardless of the cause, it's undoubtedly an unsettling sight to witness. In a video circulating on TikTok, the uploader claims to have captured a real sighting of the legendary Bigfoot while hiking. In the video, we can see a dark figure visible in the distance, surprising the cameraman as he spots it. They zoom in to get a closer look, revealing a creature that appears to be a blend of a human and an ape. This creature is covered in thick black fur and has a wide body frame. What makes it even more eerie is that it stands there, staring directly at the camera, seemingly displeased about being filmed. As for what this creature might be, it's difficult to say definitively. So, it's possible that the TikTok user captured something unusual, but whether it's actually Bigfoot or not remains a mystery. Hiking in the forest is a great way to clear your mind and get rid of the stress and tiredness from daily life. But every now and then, these nature getaways can take a strange and spooky turn. This video was taken by a hiker in the Canadian wilderness. At first, it shows a peaceful view of a lake, and everything seems normal. However, as we zoom in on the video, we can see a bizarre zombie-like figure walking on the opposite side of the lake. This figure is entirely white and has a human-like shape. Its walking is strange and unsettling. What adds to the eerie atmosphere is that this figure disappears into an opening that resembles a cave on the far side of the lake. I have absolutely no desire to find out what might be lurking inside that cave. A man posted a video on Facebook to show his friends why he left his old home, as they were worried about why he moved. In the video, we see an empty basement, and the man recording it seems really scared and cautious of something. Then, as he tries to pick up a rod, it falls and makes a lot of noise, which makes him even more nervous. After a while, he hears clear footsteps from above, as if someone is running, even though he's alone in the house, and it should be empty. The man decides to go upstairs to check, and as he does, doors start banging loudly in the rooms. It's really intense and scary. Suddenly, the banging gets even louder. And the room right next to where the man is standing starts banging really fast and terrifyingly. He begins to check the doors to find where the banging is coming from. Eventually, he tries to talk to the ghost, saying he's just there to get his things and asking it to let him do that.
Let's have it out, man. I'm leaving. Just let me get my shit and go.
Then, something really frightening happens. As the man goes into the basement, his camera flashlight goes off, and he hears a loud bang from upstairs again.
What the fuck? Hold on. Goddamn camera. Fuck this, I don't have enough light.
Slowly, he checks the stairs to see what's causing the noise, and we see a dark figure passing by the doorway. The video ends there. This video was truly scary and eerie. It shows how a strong ghost presence can be felt in haunted houses. I'm sure his friends now understand why he left that house. In Florida, a group of hikers came across a river in the Ocala forest, and they noticed something unusual crossing it in the distance. This figure had an orange hue, making it initially resemble an orangutan. But as the person recording zoomed in, they discovered it wasn't an orangutan at all. It was a creature that looked like a human. This creature had a slightly hunched posture and a broad body shape. Some people who saw the video think it might be a person dressed up in a Bigfoot costume, which is possible. However, others, based on its features, believe it could actually be the legendary Bigfoot. What do you think about this mysterious creature? In this video, a woman recorded some really strange and eerie screams that were coming from the forest. These screams were quite loud and had an unsettling quality to them. It almost sounded like they were coming from multiple creatures at the same time.
What that is?
While it's possible that mountain lions, known for their creepy, human-like screams, could be responsible, there was something different about these screams. They had a deep rumbling quality that was rather unusual. Some people speculate that these sounds might be connected to skinwalkers, beings from folklore known for producing terrifying screams to communicate with other skinwalkers. Thankfully, the woman who was recording the video decided not to go on a detective mission and venture into the forest to investigate the source of the screams. Security cameras are meant to keep us safe, but sometimes they capture strange and unsettling things. There's a video posted by a TikTok account called Paranormal Highway claiming to show a ghostly sighting. In the video, we can see a door, and after a while, the door handle starts to turn. It turns several times as if someone on the other side is trying to open the door. But here's the strange part. There was no one at home during this time. As the doorknob fully turns, the door swings open, and to our surprise, there's no one on the other side. However, the security camera notices a human-like shape and records an outline of a person. This was a really unusual encounter, because there shouldn't have been anyone in the house at that moment. It might be a good idea for the homeowner to start thinking about finding another place to stay. This video was shared on the internet by a user named Squatchwatchers, who's dedicated to finding footage of the legendary Sasquatch creature. In the video taken by an unknown hiker, the camera is pointed at the trees in the distance. Suddenly, a huge figure emerges from the woods, and we can see it moving. This creature is very tall and has a big body with thick brown fur. Then, out of nowhere, this massive being stops and seems to notice something, and it starts running back into the forest. The video ends there. The person who recorded the video believes it's Bigfoot and thinks it spotted the camera and ran away. It's quite fascinating to catch a glimpse of these legendary creatures, and this video might just be one of those rare sightings. Hospitals are usually busy during the day, but they can take on a different atmosphere at night. A patient recorded an unusual encounter in their hospital room at night. In the video, it's a children's room, and the bed in front of the patient, who is recording, starts to act strangely. The bed sheets are moving around wildly, even though there's no one on or near the bed. Some might say it's because of a fan, but it's not the usual kind of wind disturbance you'd expect from a fan. Another possibility is that it's a movable fan, but if that were the case, it should be mounted on the wall. At the very beginning of the video, we don't see anything on the wall. So, could it be a child ghost trying to spook the patients? What do you think? This video shows a dramatic encounter between a snake and a woodpecker. In the video's beginning, we witness the woodpecker spotting the snake emerging from a tree and attempting to attack it. However, the snake gets provoked and fights back, delivering a forceful bite to the woodpecker. The bite is so powerful that it paralyzes the unfortunate woodpecker, leaving it struggling for its life. After a few seconds of intense struggle, the snake eventually releases the woodpecker, and the bird falls. We don't see the aftermath of this encounter, but one thing is certain: the woodpecker is likely to succumb to the snake's venom in a matter of minutes. The speed at which the snake attacked is indeed both fascinating and unsettling, making one wonder about the potential consequences if such snakes were to live in the walls of our homes. Jaywalking is typically illegal in most US states and many other countries, and law enforcement can take action against humans who do it. But what if the jaywalker isn't a human? In a traffic light camera video from Mexico, a strange occurrence is captured. On the side of the road, there appears to be a dark, smoky, and transparent figure. This figure doesn't have a solid form and resembles a human shape. After a while, it starts jaywalking, and it looks like a transparent, smoky human taking steps, similar to a living person. It crosses the road and materializes into thin air. Local residents believe that this figure might be the ghost of a boy who was involved in an accident on the same road. They say this ghost now jaywalks on this road every night. It's a mysterious and eerie phenomenon that has left people with many questions and a haunting story to tell. This video is really unsettling and looks like something straight out of a nightmare. It was posted on a paranormal encounter subreddit by a user who claims to have recorded a real encounter with a demon. The video begins with the camera focused on a house window in front of the person recording. In the window, we can see two glowing eyes staring directly back at the camera from a distance. This creature, or demon, had an unholy gaze and remains completely still. As the camera zooms in, we notice more eerie details, such as the creature being entirely pitch black, even though there is light around it. It reflects no light whatsoever. Additionally, as the video zooms closer, we can see horns on the demon's head. After a while, the creature moves away. Suddenly, as it goes out of sight, there's a loud and rapid banging on the door, and the video ends. What happened after that door banging is still unknown and adds to the mystery. Skinwalkers are known for their ability to take on the disguise of different animals. But have you ever seen one in its true form? This video is captured by a security camera, and right from the start we can see a figure emerging from behind a door. This creature is absolutely terrifying and has human-like features. Its body is completely naked, and it has long, slender arms, just like a skinwalker. What makes this video even creepier is the sinister expression on the skinwalker's face as it lurks and hides, seemingly waiting for someone to approach. It's hard to say what its intentions are, but one thing is for sure, they can't be good. In this video, a man starts recording because he hears his dog barking in the middle of the night. The dog appears to be scared of something or someone. Suddenly, a door in front of the man opens on its own. Frustrated, the man mentions that he's been dealing with this door opening by itself all morning, and he's tired of it.
Lie down. Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today.
The man then tries to communicate with the supposed ghost, asking it to stop.
Stop. Hey buddy, I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out.
As he does, the basement light starts blinking on its own. He decides to close the door and places the camera on the counter facing the door. The door opens a couple of times, and the man closes it each time. However, when it opens for the third time, we can see a dark figure standing behind it. This startles the dog, causing it to bark loudly, and the man starts running, which can be heard.
Little buddy.
It appears that this ghost may be residing in the basement and has some plans involving the rest of the house, making the situation quite eerie and unsettling. Toys and stories of ghost possession often go hand in hand, and there was an intriguing encounter recorded in a children's play area. In the video, we can observe a children's riding toy moving all on its own. This is happening at night when everything should be closed. Yet this toy is in motion. It goes in circles, and with each round, its speed increases. The owner of the place mentioned that this was the first time he had ever seen a toy malfunction like this. He added that these toys typically require a key to start, and without it, they shouldn't be able to run. However, this one was moving without any apparent explanation. Could it be a child ghost just wanting to enjoy the toy? It's a possibility that adds a touch of mystery to the situation, making it quite fascinating and spooky at the same time. The ocean is indeed a vast and mysterious place, with much of its depths remaining unexplored despite our technological advancements. Only about 5% of the ocean has been explored, leaving the remaining 95% shrouded in mystery, hiding unexpected and strange creatures. In this video, we see the skeleton of a peculiar creature that washed up on a Romanian beach. It defies our understanding of sea creatures, as it possesses a skull with human-like features, an upper body reminiscent of a human, and a lower body that resembles that of a fish. Its overall appearance gives the impression of a mermaid's corpse. The creature's size is not that of a standard fish, and it appears to have been partially eaten by something else. The idea of another creature feasting on such a mysterious being is indeed intriguing and raises questions about what else might be lurking in the depths of the ocean, waiting to be discovered. This video was shared by a TikTok user, TemZ, and it shows a scene that would terrify any fisherman. In the video, we see a fishing boat out at sea when suddenly a fast and aggressive shark emerges from the water, launching a fierce attack on the boat with its powerful bite. This sudden attack startles the fisherman, who lets out a scream while defending himself by striking the shark with his rowing tool.
Tiger shark ran me!
Fortunately, after being hit, the shark retreats and leaves the fisherman alone. Sharks are known for their strength and agility, and they can leap out of the water with great force. If this shark had decided to jump and attack, the fisherman might have been its next meal. This encounter serves as a chilling reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the ocean, giving more reason for caution when venturing into its depths. Natural disasters can be incredibly scary because they're forces of nature beyond human control. In a video shared on TikTok by the user Claudio Villaron, we witnessed the sighting of a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere. This meteor's entry is so powerful and intense that the light it emits makes the night appear as bright as day. Wherever this meteor passed, it cast a brilliant light upon its path. The fortunate aspect of this event is that the meteor didn't actually collide with the Earth. It simply passed through the atmosphere. It's truly unimaginable to think about the potential consequences if such a meteor were to hit our planet directly. It serves as a reminder of the awe-inspiring and sometimes frightening power of the natural world. An adventure explorer shared this video on his Facebook page. He used a drone to film a nearby field and stumbled upon an abandoned house in the midst of the field. Next, what he captured on film is like something from a chilling nightmare. In the video, we can see the worn-out and deserted house standing in the field. At first glance, everything appears ordinary, but as the drone moves to the back of the property, it reveals an open door. Inside that doorway, a human-like figure is hunched over, engrossed in eating something. What's eerie is that this figure, with its pale white appearance, moves like a wild dog. The way it eats and moves is just unsettling and terrifying. What could this creature be? A nightcrawler or perhaps a skinwalker? It's up to you to decide. Deserted islands are a paradise for those who crave adventure, offering endless exploration. Yet these islands also have secrets that human eyes weren't meant to witness. This video is captured by a drone camera sent to one such abandoned island. The footage first showcases the island's natural beauty and a glimpse of a small forsaken cottage. After that, another abandoned house comes into view, its entrance blocked by a massive wooden piece. And then the drone flies off. Did you catch it? Let's zoom in a bit closer. As we zoom in on the glass window of this abandoned house, we notice a shadowy form materializing on it, only to vanish after a few moments. This figure looks like a shadow of a really tall person. However, the island has remained abandoned for a decade now, so there's no explanation for who or what that presence could be. Luckily, the explorer chose to use a drone to document this eerie encounter rather than going there in person. One can only imagine what might have unfolded had they gone there themselves. During a mountain hike, a hiker suddenly spotted something in the distance and started recording. In the video, we can make out a large creature covered in a thick coat of black fur, moving through the woods. Although we only catch a mere glimpse, it's quite a sight. Some might suggest it's just an ape, but the way it's walking on two legs isn't typical for an ape. Moreover, its immense size and body structure are resembling a Bigfoot. The mix of awe and fear that this creature evokes is quite a feeling. Regardless of whether it turns out to be a Bigfoot or not, the most important thing is that the hiker was safe and sound. This drone video is from Cannock Chase, England. The footage captures a figure dressed in white standing at the forest's edge. The video provides various angles of this figure, with long hair and an enigmatic stance. The figure gazes directly at the drone, which is quite unsettling. Interestingly, this area has witnessed other sightings of the same white-clad entity. Legend suggests it might be the spirit of a victim from the killings that happened in that area. While there's a chance it could be a prank or a cult activity, the intriguing possibility remains. Could the tales of the black-eyed spirits hold some truth? A man named Igor Kryan shared a video on his YouTube, believing he captured the first ever sighting of a Yeti. In the video, a snowy forest stretches ahead, and a creature stands in the foreground, as white as the snow itself. This creature is truly unique, with its size and long arms. Its body shape is resembling that of a snow wolf, but with extra long arms and a distinct frame. Its face also doesn't resemble that of any creature we know. The eerie aspect of this footage is that it appears the Yeti is aware of being watched, its gaze fixed on the person recording. Examining this creature up close is an experience I'd rather never have in my lifetime. Road trips with your family create cherished memories, but sometimes those memories can take a scary turn. This video comes from a family on a road trip. They spot a moose by the roadside and start recording, but what they capture goes beyond the moose.
Oh wow! Il mange, il est tout relax là.
Je peux voir, je peux voir?
Ben tu le vois, regarde dehors.
Non, je vois rien, attends.
You are a star today!
In the forest, another creature can be seen lurking. This cryptid stalker moves restlessly, as if waiting for the right moment. We don't know if it's waiting to pounce on the animal or perhaps on the family in the car. The creature itself doesn't resemble anything familiar. It's hunched over and has an eerie white appearance, reminiscent of the rake. What adds to the fright is that the children are also inside the car, witnessing this from a rather unsafe distance. What's your take on this mysterious encounter? A Reddit user shared a truly spine-chilling video showing an encounter with what appears to be a white Bigfoot. The footage, which has captivated the online community, showcases a man making his way through the thick darkness of a dense forest, using a flashlight to illuminate his path. As he continues onward, sweeping his flashlight to reveal the path ahead, it suddenly reveals something that sends shivers down the spine. There, in the beam of light, stands a creature, staring right back at him. What sets this encounter apart is the unsettling detail. This creature is white, whereas Bigfoots are typically depicted as black. The man's flashlight casts its glow on the figure, and in response, the creature quickly runs into the shadows before the video comes to an end. Upon close inspection of the creature's face, its head shape and features closely resemble that of a Bigfoot, yet its eyes remain pitch black, not even reflecting the torch. While we may never truly know the identity of this mysterious being, one thing is clear: encountering such a creature during a forest expedition is a scenario best left to the realm of nightmares. What truly unsettles the human mind is encountering something it can't explain. Such experiences can leave us in an unsettling state. In this video, we come across a strange creature positioned near the edge of a forest. The video quality isn't great, making it challenging to discern its true form, but looking at it from a distance, it definitely doesn't resemble anything we're familiar with. As the video progresses, this mysterious entity starts to move, revealing its hindquarters. This is where things take a spine-tingling turn. It appears to have human-like legs. What makes it even more unsettling is the way it moves. It doesn't seem to walk, but rather drags itself along. What are your thoughts on what this creature could be? Feel free to share your comments below. This video was captured by a hiker exploring the Canadian Mount Temple, and it showcases a rather peculiar sight. In the footage, we see a dry, rocky mountain landscape with something resembling a shadowy step or presence approaching from a distance. Strangely, this mysterious entity appears to cause the sedimentary rocks on the ground to shift as it moves. As it draws nearer, the backpack lying on the ground appears to react to its presence, and then the enigmatic entity passes by the camera person before disappearing. What's intriguing is that wherever this entity traverses, it seems to lift these sedimentary rocks. I don't believe it's some kind of invisible hobbit or ghost causing this. Instead, it might be something like a small tornado, close to the ground, that's capable of lifting these tiny rocks along its path, because when it approaches the backpack, it appears as though there's a sudden burst of strong wind. A combination of a desolate road cutting through a dense forest at night can certainly set the stage for a spine-chilling encounter, and that's precisely what unfolds in this video. Here, we witness a car navigating a desolate forest road, its headlights piercing through the darkness. However, as the car makes a turn and proceeds forward, something swift darts across the road right in front of the vehicle. Upon closer examination, with slowed down and zoomed in footage, it becomes apparent that this creature bears a striking resemblance to a werewolf, displaying its characteristic physical features. It moves with remarkable speed and possesses a considerable size, vanishing from view in the blink of an eye. What makes this encounter truly hair-raising is the fact that the driver was alone on this isolated road. And as legends go, werewolves are not known for their friendliness towards humans. This video, shared by a Facebook user who goes by the name Colliamd, claims to capture footage of Bigfoot during a camping trip in Alaska's boreal forest. In the video, we see the person behind the camera attempting to conceal themselves while recording a large, dark, and seemingly massive black figure moving in the distance. This enigmatic figure briefly appears in the frame for just a few seconds before disappearing into the woods. Some might argue that it could be a large ape or gorilla, but what sets this being apart is its walking posture. It appears to move in a more humanoid manner rather than the typical gait of a gorilla or ape. Furthermore, the sheer size and massive body frame of this creature seem to align more with the legendary description of Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on this intriguing footage? If you have a family member who experiences sleepwalking, you probably know it's usually not a major concern. However, I believe this video might change your perspective. The video was shared by a Reddit user who explained that they were asleep but woke up at 2 in the morning to some noise coming from the kitchen. Curious, they decided to investigate and stumbled upon quite an unsettling scene. In the video, we see a lady in a white dress who turns out to be the person recording's mother. She is sleepwalking, and her actions are somewhat disturbing as she keeps opening and closing the oven. Then, something even more eerie happens. She suddenly stops and an eerie silence fills the room. The person recording calls out to her, but her mother turns her head toward her in a rapid and frightening manner.
Mom?
Experiencing this, the person recording understandably became frightened and rushed away. For me, it's unsettling to think about what might have happened next, whether the mother pursued her or not. This video comes from a trail camera, but it doesn't capture footage of an animal or a bird. Instead, it reveals a naked man crawling through the area. In the video, we can see a figure hunched over in the distance, crawling near the trees. Even from a distance, it's apparent that it's a naked man engaged in this unusual activity. What makes this scene strange and eerie is the mystery surrounding his purpose. Is he a drug addict, possibly under the influence, and wandering through the forest in this manner? Or could he be someone in distress struggling to walk and resorting to crawling in a desperate attempt to seek help? The possibilities are numerous, and we can only speculate. Regardless of the reason, one can only hope that this individual received the assistance or support they might have needed in this peculiar situation. Caves have always held an air of mystery, and many of their secrets remain unexplored to this day. This video, captured by a Russian hiker during their expedition, adds to the intrigue. In the footage, the hiker stumbles upon something inside a cave opening, accompanied by eerie growling sounds emanating from within.
Taşın içinde bir şey var.
The creature in question appears humanoid and reacts to the hiker's voice by looking up, revealing a mouth-like facial feature. Additionally, the figure seems rather dark in color, likely adapted to the low-light environment of the cave. It appears to be quite wary of the torchlight shining upon it. What to make of this creature is a perplexing question. Given the limited information available, it's challenging to draw any definitive conclusions. It could be a natural denizen of the cave adapted to its environment, or it might be an unknown species. Nature often surprises us with its captivating and unexpected phenomena. This video showcases one such intriguing encounter. In the footage, a girl exploring the woods comes across a peculiar-looking branch in the distance. Strangely, this branch appears to take on the shape of a bizarre ape-like creature hanging from it. As the video continues, the girl recording mentions that she felt as though the thing on the branch moved its head.
Oh my god, did it just move? It just moved its head, looked at me, didn't it? Oh my gosh. There's its face right there. Look at his face.
While we might not discern this movement clearly in the video, a closer zoom reveals a genuinely eerie face. This face has discernible eyes and a mouth. The strange presence on the branch could be a product of the forest's creative formations, or it might be a mysterious creature attempting to camouflage itself. Whatever it is, there's no denying its eerie and unsettling nature. A mother posted a video on Facebook explaining that while she was out grocery shopping, her son had taken her phone and recorded himself. The intention was simply to capture some fun moments, But the video ended up revealing something deeply unsettling. In the video, the child is seen happily recording himself. However, as he moves through the hallway and into a room, something truly strange appears. There are a pair of eyes on the ceiling behind him. These eyes emit an eerie, glowing light and convey a sense of dread. Boy continues past without noticing them. Towards the end of his recording, as he sets the phone down to finish, something even more unsettling appears in the corner of the frame. A dark, shadowy figure standing there. What makes this truly creepy is that the boy was alone at home, and his mother had just gone out for a quick trip to the grocery store. It's safe to say that after this experience, the mother might think twice about leaving her child alone in such circumstances. We're bringing you some really clear and compelling Bigfoot sightings in this episode of Trail Terror. Watch as this unsuspecting person spots the bipedal creature with its characteristic reddish fur in close proximity. There is the briefest moment where the two face. The beast alerted to the camera person by their panicked shouting. Fortunately, the shy Bigfoot disappears into the forest, avoiding confrontation. A family enjoying a snowy winter walk spot a creature in the distance. Scrambling for a phone, they capture through zoomed-in footage what appears to be our elusive, abominable snowman. The creature appears to be basking on a rocky outcrop. In this position, it looks somewhat similar to a grizzly bear. That is, until it stands up. Bigfoot or Big Knot? Let us know what you think in the comments. Somewhere in New Mexico, a woman spots someone moving in the darkness just beyond her window. Reaching for her camera, she captures this man taking a moonlit walk. Strange thing is, he disappears from the frame. At first, he is visible and clear as day, but then he disappears into the fabric of the night. Is this a ghost or a glitch in the Matrix? Security camera footage captures something odd moving amongst the trees just beyond property's periphery. Watch as a shadowy figure is seen visibly darting between the trees. Although the video quality is somewhat poor, and the entity appears for only a few seconds, the creature's pale visage and almost luminescent skin tone is not unlike other cryptids we've witnessed before. Is this what the footage has captured? There is something distinctly creepy and alien about the way it both looks and is moving. A group of friends were on a trip, and during their travels, they made a stop to capture the beauty of the nearby fields. As they began recording the video, one of them spotted a black creature in the field. In the video, the creature can be seen dashing towards them, while the girls in the background scream and cry out in fear.
Oh, there it is. We've seen this thing before. Dude, what is that? Fucking Yeti. I'm not kidding. That thing's, we've seen it multiple times. Oh my God.
The black-furred creature sprints across the field, prompting the group to start running as well. Looking back, they notice the creature vanishing into the field. After a while, it reappears, this time standing on its hind legs and making its way toward a bush. It hides behind the bush momentarily before emerging once again and heading back towards the forest. Upon close inspection, the creature was first moving on all fours, covered in thick black fur. Midway through the video, it changed to standing on two legs, revealing its impressive size and resemblance to a Bigfoot-like figure. The scene was undeniably terrifying for both the friends on the scene and those watching the footage. However, it's confusing why they continued recording when the Bigfoot-like creature clearly wanted them gone, or worse, could have viewed them as potential prey. A TikTok user posted this video on their profile, claiming they discovered the body of an alien. The video showcases an unusual creature lying lifeless in the snow. Its body appears child-sized, but its features are what is truly terrifying. With long arms, a small body, and a head resembling an alien, It's an eerie sight. When zooming in on its face, we notice a fish-like mouth and large empty eye sockets. The creature's one arm and eyeballs are missing, possibly due to decomposition after being there for a while. Despite its missing parts, the creature's overall appearance remains unsettling. Could this be an alien, or something even more unsettling than that? The uploader of this clip claims to have captured a real cryptid on camera. According to him, he was hiking on his usual path, recording the area as he moved forward, and he did not notice anything until he came back home and started looking at the footage he had recorded. That's when he noticed this notorious little cryptid, which appeared for just a second before disappearing behind the stones again. The cryptid was so small that if we tried to zoom in, we don't get a clear picture of what it looked like. The only thing we can see is that it had a human-like figure and a grayish colored skin. The video caused a lot of controversy on the internet, with people saying that the authorities are trying to hide things from them. However, truth be told, it is hard to tell if the video is real, as it is so blurry, and the thing only appears for a second. It can easily be someone playing pranks on us. The internet is full of thousands of Bigfoot sightings, but one as clear as this one is quite rare to find. Recorded by a man who was out there trying to record the beauty of nature and ended up encountering this beast instead. It shows a huge creature coming out of a bush and walking at a fast pace to dive into another one nearby. It looked like it was trying to hide from the human recording it. The 7-second video was claimed to be the ultimate evidence of Bigfoot's existence, but ask me and it looked clearly like a man with a costume on trying to trick us all. This 3-minute long video was uploaded by a hunter who said he had recorded the weirdest thing he had ever seen in his life. As he was busy doing his business in the woods, he heard some weird noises coming from nearby. Intrigued, he went there to investigate what was causing it, but ended up seeing something he had never expected. A weird, huge figure came out of a den, stood in the dense forest for a while, sat down, looked here and there before going away to somewhere. The man recorded it all at a safe distance while hiding behind a tree, and that is why the creature did not notice him. And since the video was made from afar, and we did not get a clear look at the being, it's hard to tell what it could be. For me, it could be a real clip, or just a man trying to live alone in the woods, and I guess we will never know. This clip is of rather low quality, but what it shows is enough to send shivers down the spine of anyone who sees it. Now, cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. And what these women recorded on their camera might be the exact cryptid this definition talks about. At first, the women thought they were motorcycles or something. But as the weird being kept appearing on the camera again and again, they were sure there were no motorcycles, but something very creepy going on. And considering the fact that the creature appears in different spots again and again, it looks like there might be more than one of them. To be honest, I myself have no idea if the video is real or not. And if it is it really some cryptids? Or some kind of smoke, maybe? Nature can be pretty cruel at times, and sharks are the best epitome of that. But these stingrays have come up with unique ways to keep themselves safe when a shark attacks. Take this clip, for instance. When the ray had no other option, it decided to beach itself to get a few moments of relief so that the shark could go away. After it was sure that the shark won't be around anymore, it went back into the water. However, unfortunately, the deadly creature was just waiting for this to happen, and started following the ray again. The video ends right there, so all we could do is hope that the ray would have survived. This next clip had everyone in shock when it was first uploaded on the internet. Everyone had different theories as to what the being was. According to the man who recorded it, he stumbled upon this weird being lying dead on the ground while he was on his usual walk in the morning. However, by the looks of it, the creature must have been there for days, as the body had started to decompose. To some, it looked like a dead alien. To others, a doll used in witchcraft. And to many, it looked like a fetus of an animal, which unfortunately ended up there somehow. But no logical explanation was ever given, and hence, the mystery remained forever. Recorded and uploaded a couple of years ago, this video claimed to have captured a terrifying creature, mostly invisible to the naked eye. As the video starts, we see a smoke-like thing appear on the right side, and then it moves around quite aggressively before trying to attack the person recording it, which leads to them running away. According to them, it was either a ghost or a much more terrifying creature which no one can see clearly. Ask me, and it looks like someone edited the video and did a really good job. But that's just what I think. It could be a real video too. I mean, you never know. This video was uploaded on TikTok and reposted thousands of times by the viewers. The uploader of the original clip claimed to capture the infamous rake in the middle of the deep, dark forest. The video unfolds with a man recording randomly in the woods. It appears to be very late at night. There is nothing suspicious that appears in the clip for the first few seconds. But then, right behind the tree, we see a weird creature with its eyes glowing, staring directly at the man. As soon as the man saw it, he ran for his life, a reaction which most of us can completely understand. Even though we only get a glimpse of the creature, it looked pretty scary, but according to me, it could even be an owl or some other animal. A short clip was recorded late at night when some people were driving back home. Unnoticed by most of them, a figure sat beside the road, which did not look terrifying at first. But as the car moved forward, we saw that it was actually a woman with long hair and white glowing skin that was sitting there. The owners of the camera noticed it later and were shocked to see what they had just passed by. As it was uploaded on the internet, it received hundreds of mixed comments, from people saying it was a witch to others saying it could be the famous skinwalker. But for me, the witch theory seems more logical and possible too. This video comes from Spain and depicts the aftermath of a road accident. In the footage, we can see paramedics and first responders tending to injured individuals scattered around the scene. Additionally, there's a bus that appears to be involved in the accident. Amidst all this commotion, there's an observer lurking in the background, unnoticed by everyone on the scene, but captured by the camera. Upon closer examination, achieved by zooming in and pausing the video, it becomes apparent that this lurker is a humanoid creature, completely naked. Its features bear a resemblance to that of a skinwalker, and it possesses long arms. The unsettling question that arises is, why is this skinwalker there, lurking in the shadows? Is it waiting for someone to become separated from the group so it can pounce, or could it have had some involvement in causing the accident in the first place? The mystery surrounding the presence of this enigmatic creature adds a chilling layer to an already distressing situation. Encountering a terrifying creature like Bigfoot when you're with your children is the last thing any parent wants to experience. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to one parent. In the video, we see a parent recording their child as they explore the forest. The child is innocently wandering around, taking in the surroundings. Suddenly, in the background, between the gap of two trees, a massive figure can be seen passing by. Strangely, neither the parent nor the child seem to notice it during the actual moment, but they discover it after reviewing the footage. Taking a closer look at this Bigfoot-like creature, its enormous size becomes evident. It's truly gigantic, and when we compare it to the nearby trees and the size of the child, the creature appears to be over 18 to 20 feet in height. Fortunately, the Bigfoot didn't seem to notice them. Otherwise, it's hard to imagine what might have occurred. Tornadoes are undeniably one of the most frightening natural occurrences, and a truly terrifying sight like that was captured by a user going by the name Storm Guys. In the video, we can witness the presence of a massive, dark, and formidable tornado dangerously close to the person recording.
There is a tornado, like, right near me. Do you see this? And we're still catching fish.
What's truly astonishing is how this individual remains calm enough to record such a sight while standing in such close proximity to the tornado. The person was seemingly fishing as the tornado loomed nearby, displaying remarkable composure. The tornado itself appeared colossal and menacing, but fortunately, it didn't cause any damage since it was far from any residential areas. However, one can't help but shudder at the thought of what might have happened if the tornado had shifted its path towards the person recording. Black bears are indeed powerful and formidable creatures in the forest, and witnessing them engage in combat is both terrifying and captivating. In this video, we observe two black bears in a snowy terrain locked in a fierce battle. They rear up on their hind legs and unleash a relentless onslaught on each other, using their claws, mouths, and every means available to gain the upper hand. The intensity of their fight is so immense that it results in nearby branches breaking upon their collisions. However, the video sadly concludes without revealing which of the two bears emerged as the victor. Feel free to share your thoughts on which bear you think had the upper paw in this confrontation.
What we are looking at is a device that was inserted in some sewer pipes to check whether there is some blockage along the way. But as the device was making its way along the pipes, it found something strange. In the muddy water, a hand is seen reaching out to the camera as it passes along. It can seem really creepy to see this in a sewer pipe, and many people were startled by what they saw. But having looked at it for a few times, I think that what we are seeing is just a frog that was startled by the device moving towards it. But what do you think? Was that a frog or something else?
Somewhere in Sweden, there is a forest full of creepy clown dolls. They hang from the branches of trees, their painted faces staring down at passersby. Not far away, an old tent stands abandoned. The sight is so unsettling that few people dare to venture into the forest. Locals believe that the forest is haunted. They say that witchcraft was once practiced there, and that the dolls are the remnants of dark rituals. But it is also possible that the dolls are simply the work of pranksters, taking their Halloween decorations to a new level. Whatever the truth may be, the forest of clown dolls remains a mysterious and unsettling place. Those who enter do so at their own risk. Recorded a couple of years ago, this clip still terrifies anyone who watches it. It shows a boy standing in front of the door, looking at someone on the other side of it. Moments pass, and the guy puts his hand on the door's glass, and the person on the other side does the same. But when the guy opens the door and takes the camera with him, we see that there is no one on the other side of the door at all. The child or whoever it was there had completely disappeared in thin air. According to the man, his house was haunted, and this wasn't the first time he had seen something like this. And personally, I am starting to believe the guy too. Imagine you are going on a drive with your family enjoying the sunset and the weather when suddenly you see something you had never expected to be there. Well, this is exactly what happened to this family while recording the beautiful scene when suddenly a weird thing happened. A creature which was hiding in the bushes popped its head up and then started running. It was a small being with dark skin, covered with hair as it seemed, and was sprinting along the spot as if it was trying to hide from the incoming humans. The area did not have many trees, but just grass around it, so it was hard for the creature to stay hidden, and maybe this is why it tried running away. The children in the car sounded quite surprised.
What was that?
To me, it looked like a small animal, which we could not get a clear view of, but there's that fact that animals don't run like that. The mystery of this creature still remains, as no one ever spotted it again. Trail cameras can sometimes give us a view of the deep, dark world we could never see otherwise. And it isn't some animals being unusual. Sometimes trail cams capture things like this too. This picture was taken by the camera one night a couple of months ago. The motion detected camera, as soon as it sensed something nearby, got activated and caught this thing trying to walk past it. The creature looked rather short, with two glowing eyes due to the flash of the camera, and it had a body covered completely with hair. As soon as the man shared the picture on Facebook, with intentions of getting to know what others think, it received hundreds of different theories. To some, it was a cryptid, while to others, it was an unknown creature which had somehow still survived in the wild without getting noticed by the humans. To be honest, it does look like a cryptid to me too, but with no other evidence, it is hard to come to a proper conclusion. When some friends went up the snowy mountains on an adventure, they had no idea what they were about to see there. As they were busy skiing around, they stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A lone figure was walking a few miles away from them, in the middle of the mountain. Comparing its size with the surroundings, it looks quite huge, and the fact it was alone and walking in the deep snow, like no big deal, made the friends curious as to what it was. Resembling a human but looking like an animal, the creature perfectly fits the definition of a Bigfoot. But was it really? The video was later given to the authorities, who tried their best to check the whole area but failed to find any clue of the creature. It was a remote area, so the chances of a person being there were pretty low too. According to me, it could be a potentially dangerous predator which luckily did not notice the humans and went on its own. And the clip looks quite real to me. This short clip was uploaded on Facebook a couple of years ago by a man claiming that he had just seen the Bigfoot with his own eyes and had successfully captured it on camera as well. The clip is of low quality and blurry, but one thing that we can see clearly is the giant figure that appears to be walking straight towards the man at first, but then decides to turn the other way and leave. If we look at it more carefully, the creature resembles a Bigfoot in most manners, and there is no doubt about that. And then we have some animals staring at the creature in horror too. However, ask me, and I would say consider the fact that the deadliest predator, which is famous for devouring anything in front of it, and being the strongest walking up to you. There is no way a person can just stay there and keep recording, so there is a big chance that it was a person with a costume on or something. There is a video which was recorded in March 2023 by some people who heard something in their backyard and decided to go check what it was. To their surprise, they saw nothing except two glowing eyes a little far from them. Due to the darkness, it was not clear what animal or creature was there with its glowing like two sharp flashlights. However, the man recording the clip thought it must be a cat and meowed at it. It had little to no effect on the creature, who just kept looking here and there as if trying to figure out a way to get out of the place. According to me, even if the eyes belong to an animal, it must be a big black panther because the creature looked quite large. There are hundreds of ancient stories and myths on the existence of Greek giants and how they roamed the mountains hundreds of years ago. However, there are times when we get to witness such creatures belonging solely to the stories, in real life too. There is this video recorded somewhere in Canada where some guys who were off to somewhere when one of them noticed something unusual on the top of the mountain in front of them. As they zoomed into the spot, a figure appeared, a tall figure standing at the top of the snow-covered mountain. Shocked, they pulled over to get a more stable and clearer view of the figure, which appeared to be either not moving at all or moving at a very slow speed. For me, it could be something a person put there to scare and prank people, because we could have considered it for being a giant if it had moved a little. Imagine going camping with your friends to get a break from your daily life, but witnessing the real horrors of nature right there. Something similar happened to the guys in this clip who just had an intention of spending some nights away from city life and close to nature. However, the first night they came across a creepy stalker with two glowing eyes who kept staring at them for minutes straight, slowly advancing towards them as if getting ready to attack as soon as it could. The men at first thought it to be just some wild animal and recorded it for a few minutes until they realized the danger they were in. So, they stopped recording and took refuge in their cars until the creature was gone. What exactly was that thing? No one could tell. As for me, it could be an intrigued hyena, wild dog, or any animal, but at the same time, it could easily be an unknown deadly creature lurking in the deep dark woods.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.